Hello everyone, welcome to Emerge IAS Free Mains Answer Writing Program Day 18. Today our question is from General Studies Paper 1 and the question is under Geography. Your question is here. This is a direct question because you have to just explain about the concept here. And the question is here, air masses depending upon their source region of formation have an impact on world weather. Explain. Here the question is air masses. The keywords in this question is air masses depending upon their source region of formation. So if we have to know that there is something known as air masses and they have source region, that is a particular region where they form, and according to the region they form there is an impact on world weather. This is the question we have to explain. In this question is just for 150 words and 10 marks. So we have to make our answer more briefly because between 150 words we have to explain everything like what is an air mass and what is a source region and how it affects the world weather. This is what we are going to write in this answer. And see here the question is like air mass. So first our introduction should be like something we have to define about this air masses. And what is air masses, that I will explain you. Air masses, it is a or body of air. It is a chamber of air which has some specific characteristics according to the region they are formed. Or we can say like if there is a region, that may be an ocean or a continent, and these region according to the temperature and humidity of this particular region, an air body forms here directly above this surface or of an ocean or a continent, and this air body will have characteristics according to the surrounding temperature and the humidity of that particular region, and that is what we called as an air mass. And this air mass can be warm or cold according to the temperature of the region they are formed. This is called an air mass, and this air mass will be something having temperature variation in horizontally. There may be temperature variation, not vertically. If this is the region and the air mass is forming above this region, and there will be temperature variation horizontally. So as a brief in an introduction we can say that air mass is a homogeneous area or a body or an air body which has a specific characteristics depending upon the temperature and humidity of the region they are formed, and there will be horizontal variation in temperature along this air body, and this is called an air mass, and there is cold and warm air mass. This is what we are going to write in an introduction. See here, when the air remains over a homogeneous area for a sufficiently longer time, it acquires the characteristics of that area. That is what we are saying. If that area may be ocean or continent, if the air lies over this area for a long time, that means the air is not moving anywhere and lying in the same area, then it started acquiring the characteristics of that area. That means what are the characteristics? That may be the pressure, moisture content and temperature or something like that, and that is the characteristics. And these homogeneous regions can be vast ocean surface or the vast plains or plateaus. Okay, this region that I told you earlier, it may be ocean or continent, and the air with the distinctive characteristics in terms of temperature and humidity is called an air mass. Okay, that's what I explained you, right? And it is a large body of air having little horizontal variation in temperature and moisture. Also moisture and temperature will horizontally vary, not vertically. Why not vertically? Because this is formed directly above the surface and the temperature and moisture content is lying vertically. So there will be no vertical differences in temperature or moisture content, but there may be horizontal difference because the temperature or humidity in this particular point or just above that will not be equal to the just adjacent point. So there may be little variation, not a huge variation. If a huge variation, there won't be a creation of air mass, right? Because the air mass will contain their own temperature and moisture, and this is what an air mass. They extend from surface to lower stratosphere and are across thousands of kilometers, and these things will happen thousands of kilometers above, and this will reach up to lower stratosphere also. So completely the air mass lies in a troposphere because this extend from the surface to lower stratosphere. So the surface that is contains of troposphere, and this is your introduction. And in this introduction, this is not an introduction, here I am just explaining about what is yard mass and their formation. But your introduction, just make it crisp and just tell what is an yard mass and what are their types and how they are forming and what are the characteristics of an yard mass. That's all you have to write in your introduction part. And then the next point after the introduction, the first point of a body part should tell about the source region, because in the question itself they have mentioned about the source region, right? So we have to explain what is a source region. That is, source region is nothing, the region where this air mass is forming is called a source region. And in our earth, the source region mainly lies in higher latitudes, that means beyond tropics, because in the middle latitudes there won't be formation of the air masses, because there may be disturbances like cyclones and other disturbances like the wind flow. There will be lot of disturbances, and there will be vertical differences in temperature also. So the formation of an air mass need an stable condition for a longer time, then only there will be the formation of air masses happens there. So the air masses are always remains in the high latitudes, like our main source regions are high pressure belt in the subtropics and around poles in the poles. This is the main source regions are poles and high pressure belts, and this is a single point you have to mention in a single line, or just mention that the main source regions lie in the higher latitudes, and mid latitudes there will be lot of disturbances, so there will be no air masses. This would be our first point. How we explained everything, like what we explained about what is air mass and how they form in our introduction, and the first point itself we mentioned the source region. So the half of the question is completed here. Now we are just going to, in the question for your understanding, I have added that the major source regions of the earth. We have 5 major source regions in the earth for air masses to get formed, and they are warm tropical and subtropical oceans, not continents, and subtropical hot desert, because above this region there will be a stability in temperature and moisture content. That is why deserts and subtropical oceans, tropical and subtropical oceans. Then relatively cold high latitude oceans, and the very cold snow covered continents in high latitudes is the continents where this form is the very cold snow covered continents, not over the normal land covered continents. And the last thing is permanently ice covered continents like Arctic and Antarctic. These are the region. Here we can see that the mid latitudes, the land area were not covered in the formation of air mass, because there will be lot of disturbances. And these are the 5 regions. If you want to if the question is just for 150 words, if the question is for 250 words, you have to mention all these 5 source region. Otherwise you can just add the point like it forms mainly in the higher latitudes. And see here I have given a picture. In this picture you can see what are the types of air masses, and according to the source region there are different names. That is continental polar. Continental polar means they form only above the snow covered continents in higher latitudes. The continental polar, maritime polar, maritime tropical, continental tropical. These are the major identified air masses in earth. And we can go to the next thing, that is the important thing that asked in the question. The question is that they have asked us to describe about what is the influence of air mass in the world weather. That is the main question. So first half we have to explain what are the source region and air masses, and explaining about the types. You don't need to explain such types, because this is just 150 word question, right? Even though if it's 250 word, you can just mention the names, or you can just mention the source regions. And coming to the main part of this question, we have to explain about the influence of the weather. And the air mass carry atmospheric moisture from oceans to continent and cause precipitation over land mass. This is the important point that you have to write, because air masses, they carry the moisture content, because if they are rising above oceans, they will carry the ocean moisture towards the land. They move towards the land due to different forces like a Coriolis force, or maybe the wind direction may push them. The wind direction will push them towards the continents, and when they reach above the continents and they start precipitation, that may be the rainfall. Then how the weather is affected? When there is a rainfall, then the weather change will be happen. That is the first point you have to add, and you have to tell that they transport latent heat, this removing latitudinal heat balance. So there may be difference in heat in different latitudes, right? When there is an air mass moving from one place to another place, there will be change in latitudinal heat balance, and most of the migratory atmospheric disturbances such as cyclones and storms originate at the contact zone between different air masses. Yes, that is the thing. When two different air masses, there may be some air mass is moving here from here and another one was coming there from here, and if one is warm and one is cold, then there will be a friction or they will merge, right? And that zone, if there is a Coriolis force and gravitational force act as that zone, then there will be a formation of cyclones, right? The formation of cyclone I will be explaining in the next geography class in our YouTube channel itself. So you can just, if you are not aware with this process of formation of cyclone, just wait and we will be uploading a video. You will be clarified after that. And most of the migratory atmospheric disturbances, cyclones and storms originate at the contact zones. Just remember that point. When two air masses in the contact zone of two air masses, there will be formation of a cyclone or a storm. Just remember this point and I will explain you how it will form. And the next thing you have to do is you have to tell some examples, right? If there is, we just explained about these are the things. If a cyclone or a storm forms, then it will also affect the weather of that region. And the formation of air mass and their movement is continuously happening all around the earth, and this is the reason for creating weather. Why here they are not given a word like climate? I think that you are aware with the difference between climate and weather. In your answer, never add the word climate here because this won't affect the climate. Climate means that is a seasonal variation in the atmospheric season, like seasonal variations of the temperature or rainfall or something like that. But weather is a temporary phenomenon that happens over a particular region for a particular period. Like there will be, the weather may be changed day by day, there will be a weather change. Or if today is raining and tomorrow is there is sunny day, but what is the difference? The weather changes from today to tomorrow. But what if a climate remains there for a longer period? That's why we had climates like winter, summer, etc, etc. So climate is a long term and weather is a short, this have a short time period, and that is the difference between climate and weather. And the air masses just influence the weather because they can't stay for a long term, because they just carry a little moisture from ocean and carrying towards the continents, right? So it's a short term period. If all the moisture get fall through due to precipitation, then there will be nothing affected and the climate will be get remain. So we have to add the weather. Then there is some examples. You have to just remember this example, continental polar air masses. Source region of the air masses are Arctic base, continental polar air masses. They are some examples, and they formed in continental polar continental regions like Arctic basin, North America, Eurasia, Antarctica. And according to their formation, we have to just don't by heart this thing. Just think continental polar air mass. So we have to think like polar region, there is continents, and what will be the characteristics of the polar continental region? That will be dry, and there is a cold climate, and there is a stable climate. That's what the thing. These are the characters they are going to be present in the air masses forming that in that area also. And the next thing is the weather during winter is frigid, clear, and stable. Yeah, that we know about the, if you are able to locate the place, if you are able to locate where is the continental polar region, then you will be able to tell this temperature or humidity or their moisture content, everything. And the next thing is continental tropical air masses. This is tropical air masses. We know that this form mainly in the subtropical desert region. Yes, in the source region itself we studied that subtropical desert region, right? So the West Asia, Australia, Sahara, Africa, these are the region where continental tropical air masses and forming. And you can also add some exact examples like the rainfall in west rainfall in the west of Atlas Mountain, something like that. So you can also add some exact example. In this question they just ask us to explain the process, right, how it affect the world weather, and we have to explain in this way. And if you are able to draw a diagram, not this diagram, if you are able to draw a diagram of its formation, flow charts of its formation, or the travel time, and you can also include everything like in that the flow chart itself, like the humidity or a temperature variation, everything, then it will be a better answer. And this is all about this question. If you have any doubt, I think you will be, many of you are fresher, you will be have doubts like the formation of cyclones or storms, and how air masses collide, and what is going to happen, and what is subtropics, or what is middle latitude. So don't worry, we will be covering each and every topic step by step in our geography classes that coming forward. So if you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment section, or if you have any doubts like that static parts or other phenomenon happening, just ask me in the comment section. Otherwise you have to wait until the classes were starting. Then don't forget to subscribe our channel and to click the bell icon, then only you will be able to get the notifications of every video that we are going to upload. Okay guys, thank you, hope you understand everything. Thank you, bye.